Okay, when it came to the eyeshadow, the only thing that I used was my concealer. And I use this because, again, a lighter concealer is going to make the colors on your eyes even more vibrant, and it's going to make them pop, which is my very favorite thing, because the lighter the concealer, the less color you'll have to apply on your eyes. So I use the concealer for my base. This is the eyeshadow palette that I use. It's the Revolution one. It's called Makeup by London Maxi Loaded. The Maxi Loaded palette, which is that right there. This is the colors that I used. This is the palette I used, and as you can see, the colors that I used was this color right here, this color right here, and this color right here. These are the four colors that I used. It was this, and that. And then for brushes, these are the four brushes that I used. This one was to set the concealer color. This was to blend out the concealer. And these two was to apply the lid color as well as the transition shade. That's it. Okay, so now to eyeshadows. The first thing that you will need is a concealer. Why I prefer a concealer over eyeshadow primer? To me, especially my favorite is the Infallible. Why? Because to me it's thicker, so it gets to cover your eyelid so much better. So if you have blueness on it, like blue veins or green veins that's coming through your eyes, get you this. It's really, really helpful. It gives you a really beautiful base for your eyeshadow as well. If you have discoloration on your eyes, this is the concealer. The color that I'm using is the color Caramel. And I like to go ahead and just do it just like this. You're going to take a blending brush and you want to tap your concealer. What this will do is that it will give you a beautiful coverage for your eyeshadows. You will notice whenever you watch a makeup artist do makeup, we like a lot of tapping motion. This is how we blend most of the time. And it's because it gives you the most beautiful blend, really. It keeps the product in the area where you want it to be. And it also blends out the product in the most beautiful way. All right. See, just like that. How blended that looks. All right. The next thing that you want to do is to set it. So you're going to find something, especially if you're a beginner, you want a palette that's going to be versatile, or something that's going to be versatile. I'm going to use a Revolution palette that I got here. I don't know if you can see the colors on here is so much. There's so many tones that I can use for very basic makeup look. So I think it's really a good palette for those of you who are new to makeup, because there's a lot you can do with this color right here. There's a lot. I want to make sure that the concealer did not crease on the eye, and if it is, just go ahead and blend out those the crease that you see. And I'm going to take something like this, and what you want to do whenever you're setting the concealer, make sure that you're using a color that is the closest to your skin tone. That's why it doesn't matter about the color of the concealer that's on top of the lid, because you're basically going to apply a color on top of it. Do the same thing on the other side. You see how it's creasing? You want to tap out the lines that you see, or tap out the creasing thing, and just set the whole eye. And you want to set the entire eyelid just like that. And when you're done, you're on to the next thing. All right, so far I've used this to set, and then I've used this to apply the concealer. this is where your technique comes in. You want to take a blending brush. Do eyeshadow specifically for your eye shape. So you want to feel where your brow bone is, which is right here. That's where your transition color is going to be. Doesn't matter what shape your eye is, if it's hooded, if it's whatever. If you use your brow bone as your transition or as your guide for your transition, your eyeshadow look will always look flattering on you. So transition shades need to be just a little bit darker than the color that you apply up here. So I'm gonna go in with this orangey color just because I want to do more of a fall eyeshadow look. So I'm gonna apply. You notice how my blending technique is in a circular, feathery technique. So first I apply the color on, and I'm doing it in a circular motion all the way across the lid. Did you notice I did that? All right, I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. And like I said, I'm using this orangey tone because the color that I want to do is something that I want to complement my skin tone, but also want it to be an everyday eyeshadow look as well. You notice how nicely the color is picked up because of the lightness of the concealer color that's on the lid. Okay, there we go. Blend out that color really well. No harsh lines. All right, I don't see any harsh lines, and so that is going to be my backdrop for whatever color I choose to apply. So now that I'm done with the orange that I like on there, I'm going to go in with a smaller brush. And I'm going to use more of like a, see, this is a soft brown. I can use this one. And don't be afraid when you put the color on, because remember, you're going to blend it. This is where people stop, and where I see a lot of people make mistakes is that they would do that and don't blend it out. You need to blend your eyeshadows out. So I'm using a circular motion yet again. Just like that. Yep. All right. Use the same eyeshadows and just smoke out the lash line, just like you see me doing here. And I'm using the same orange that's I use as a transition shade to blend out this color right here. And I'm using, this is a lip brush that I am using to blend out this color right here. Now on top of that one, I'm going to go in with a darker color just to get more of the smokier effect, and I'm going closer to the lash line just like that. That's all for this specific makeup lesson. So if there is something that you would like to learn, go ahead and let me know in the comment section. Also, if you felt like you learned something and you want me to keep doing these videos, let me know in the comment section as well. And like I said, guys, if you try any of these techniques that I share with you guys and somebody compliments you, remember, tell them Christine from Belize taught you how. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.